Wanna be alone sometimes. Kinda miss my hoes sometimes. Hate being on the road sometimes. Then I wanna go sometimes. Sometimes. I hate the road sometimes. I don't wanna make you cry. I fall out of love sometimes. I'm afraid to ask you why. Sometimes.
Queen, what it do, baby? What's playing in the living room this week?
That would be Sometimes by the wonderful X Brody off of his newest project.
Pew, 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 pew.
Which is, why do you keep doing that? I think you've been watching Queen Radio and you just don't want to tell me.
No, I swear I haven't. I don't know.
I think you don't want to give me the satisfaction of knowing that in your spare time you're watching Queen Radio.
Ma'am, I would not do that to myself.
I think you would.
I would not.
Because where else do we hear that sound effect in that manner?
Pew, 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 pew. I have a question.
But,
do you put sugar in your spaghetti?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. We can be
I think
friends.
I saw somebody talking. Oh my God. I was watching Love and Hip Hop Atlanta last night because, I'm ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
And the girl that's dating this guy. Well, for those of y'all who watch the show, there's this girl on there. I can't think of her name. She's a new cast member because, they be running in and out. They change cast members nowadays on Love and Hip Hop like people change clothes. It's not like the originals like Jocelyn and them. But anyway, the girl that was dating this guy on the show named Shooter was like, yeah, I'm making spaghetti for him and his son. The only person I got to impress is his son, yada, yada, yada. So I'm making it with ketchup and sugar, and I was like, I don't think this girl knows how to cook. I mean, I don't know how to cook, but I don't think she knows how to cook.
That's almost as bad. Almost as bad as Flavor of Love. What's his name? That put that whole goddamn chicken and them whole carrots and potatoes and stuff in the microwave. What was her name? It was something that didn't fit, like Gorgeous or something.
Oh, no, it wasn't Safari. That was somebody's name on the show. I just know that all I can think of right now was Beyonce.
It was definitely something that didn't fit. It was like Beauty or Precious or something.
I'm about to look it up. Cast of Charm School, because she was on Charm School and she was equally iconic on Charm School. Her name.
You're just mad because people say I look like Beyonce. Beyonce!
Oh my God, where is? Let me see. Name of the flavor, nickname.
Somebody is like yelling at this at the recording right now. They're like yelling like it's blah blah blah.
Right. You got Smiley, Buck Wild.
Ew, gross.
I remember Buck Wild. Where'd their nicknames go? Oh, okay. Crazy, Toasty, Serious, Go Hottie. It was Hottie.
Oh, because she was naughty at all.
Her real name is Shatar. And when you type that in, she is the first person that comes up. But listen, so people, y'all might not know this, but you have to pay attention to the background people in a movie. Have you ever seen the movie Waist Deep with Megan Good and Tyrese?
No.
I didn't think so. It was kind of ghetto. She's like a bank teller in that movie. And she was still blinking just like she did in the show. And I was like, I can't be the only one that noticed that Hottie is in this movie right now. But yeah. Oh, I do. But I can't. But you haven't seen it, so how could you remember it?
I'm saying like I didn't know she did anything besides be ghetto on that show.
Oh yeah, she would blink and steal people's clothes, and I just watched Charm School recently, and my God, it is iconic.
Wait, why are we? Oh, cause spaghetti. Yeah, no ketchup and sugar. What?
Yeah, I was like, girl,
somebody should have called the police.
Prego. Just get some Prego and keep it moving.
Right.
Is it Prego that we use? Or, yeah, no, it's Prego. It's Prego.
Ragu. I mean, if you're nasty, Ragu. Yeah.
My mama always talked hella shit about Ragu.
Did she?
Yeah.
I don't know why I did just now. I think it's just because I literally never get that jar. Ugh.
I don't know what it is. I just feel like she made sure I knew that was not for us. That we were. It was we were above that now.
Oh yeah. We've grown. We've elevated.
Indeed. All right, Queen. Well, now that we have completely taken this show and to random directions, might we start month in review?
Sure, absolutely. Would you like to kick it
should
off?
Go first.
You know what? I feel like I'm going to try to flip back and forth between the good and the bad. But let's start out on a high note, shall we?
Okay, is yours high? Because mine isn't high.
Yeah, mine is high.
Oh, wonderful.
Insecure is back. Season 4.
I've only seen one episode.
What is it now? 2 episodes? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we 2 episodes in. So, well, since you've seen the first one, that opening sex scene. Ooh, just wait till episode 2. That's all I can say.
Well, I don't know how you're seeing this. You got HBO Go?
I got Amazon.
Oh, shoot.
Why? Were you trying to hoard the Insecure episodes from me? Talking about something, I don't know how you seen it because I ain't give you no passwords. Is that what you was trying to say?
No, I watched it on YouTube, but they only put one episode up there to get you to go buy a new subscription or something.
Oh, okay.
And I sent you that episode, so stop trying to play me like I'm not a good friend.
Well, I'm just saying.
But, that was it? That was all you had to say?
I just can't get that image out of my head.
Is
but you
that
know
the
what?
only good news?
You know what? Yes.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Actually, I think I have one more. I have one more good thing, I guess, to talk about.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, Insecure. I actually was here for it. I was like, you don't see very many heavy people in sex scenes. Like,
I feel like you never do.
The only other heavy person I have seen in a sex scene, which it wasn't like as graphic as Issa's. Issa always goes. Issa always gives us the Spike Lee level of graphicness when it comes to her sex
because
scenes.
it's just so authentic. It was so good. He's like, you like a Rubik's Cube. Ugh.
But the only other person is Precious, which her name is, I think, it's not Gabby, is it? Mm-hmm. She had a sex scene with a guy in on Empire. And I was like, yes, ma'am. I'm happy for this. You don't see this.
Yeah, I was happy to see his big old back there and all the angles. I said, wow, y'all didn't want us to just think y'all had sex. Y'all wanted us to know.
Yeah, I just know I was watching somebody do a review on it. He said, when she said, this position ain't working for me either, or something like that. He
said something about church, Jesus is for everybody, something like that.
Oh, I don't remember that part.
Because he said something about oh yeah, you like that missionary? And she was like, Jesus works for everybody. Some shit like that.
Oh yeah, that too, but not that part. He was talking about another part. I guess they had changed positions again, and she was like, this still ain't it. But it was the way, she only said it in an Issa way.
Yeah.
So it was iconic. But
I want y'all, whoever's listening to this podcast, to know that I'm speaking to existence. Me and Issa Rae gotta be best friends.
Oh, really? You need.
I mean, I meant like a second best friend. Like Sydney way up here, I'll be way. And Issa's like, eye level. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not angry because I also would like to be best friends with Tiana Taylor.
Okay. Oh that would be such a fun like girls trip. Let's make some best friends.
Oh my God, right? Can you imagine?
No, I cannot.
Oh my gosh. It's one other person that I'd be talking about I would like to be best friends, but I can't remember who it is right now. But I just remember thinking that if me and her and Tiana were on a trip somewhere together,
I'm sorry,
in a room,
and me
and Aisha and Issa Rae.
Wow. This was getting awkward.
Maybe it was Issa. Was it Issa? I can't remember. And here we are again on another tangent. I think that quarantine, along with fucking up people's dreams, has also made us have more tangents.
Oh, man. Remember we used to count the tangents? And I feel like we did so good. We stopped getting off on tangents.
We did. At least I think. Right. It's quarantine and isolation. And it's blame it on Corona, which apparently you can't say on YouTube.
And you know what? Y'all should just be glad that we have anything to talk about at all. Because all we do is look at these 4 walls.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, actually, everybody else seems to be very bored. I have yet to be bored.
Oh, I haven't been bored yet either, honestly, truly. But that's because I'm trying to come out of quarantine snatched. Like, I'm trying not to eat my quarantine snacks, okay? I'm trying to, to just be up and at it and moving this weight, moving these bricks every day. You feel me? Bricks of pounds of body fat. So yeah, I'm trying to come up out this whole.
Thank you for that clarification.
Snatched. Yeah, because I didn't want the feds to come after me. My FBI agent, he already be turned up on my iPhone. So. Yeah. All right. Well, here comes some sad news. Oh, don't worry, I'll have it pick me up after that.
That's wonderful.
Okay.
I'm glad to hear that.
Okay.
73% of inmates at an Ohio prison tested positive for coronavirus. And I had a friend tell me, she made a comment. She was like, the coronavirus is basically showing all of our weaknesses. And when I read the story, so I saw that and I was like, okay, cool. Well, let me go back and because it didn't really say much. Like when I read about them having 73% of inmates in Ohio, they were saying, but that's because we're testing everybody. Like we're testing people who are asymptomatic. We're testing everybody. That's why ours is so much quote unquote higher than like Georgia or Alabama, who has more prisoners. It's just they're not testing people, and we are basically. But I was like, well, I think that if the coronavirus is showing all of our weaknesses, which it is showing, you know, racism, which I'll get to later. It is showing, and when it comes to prisons, it's showing how we treat incarcerated people. It's showing how overcrowded our prisons are and how unsanitary the conditions are. So what I looked up was, I went back to Charlamagne's Donkey of the Day, which was a week ago, which he gave to Ellen DeGeneres for basically, Ellen had a joke on her show where she compared being in quarantine at her house or being in isolation at her mansion to being in prison, which to me, I knew that was coming. Like I was like, I know somebody out there is already starting to be like, oh my God, this is like prison. No, it is not. I wouldn't even compare being in my regularly sized home to being in prison. I think if you know anything about the conditions in prison and how poorly people are treated, you would never even come out your mouth trying to make a statement like that. But I understand it was a joke. And I mean, that's the thing about comedy, that it's kind of like, where do we draw the line? Like me and Kalia were having a conversation earlier about how all these comedians joked about R. Kelly raping that 14-year-old girl. And again, it's like, where do you draw the line? But what I wanted to bring up was some of the things that have actually been happening and the people they've been happening to. So Charlamagne talked about these exact cases and examples on The Breakfast Club, but you will get that right here on the living room. So Aaron Campbell, who is a imprisoned person at FCI Elkton, which is a federal prison in Ohio, said that 3 people had died from coronavirus. He said that they're basically stacking bodies in a tent. People are just laying around until they die, pretty much. He said a nurse told him that half of the unit was going to die. He said that he had been denied the CARE Act, which according to this person, according to Aaron, he said that the CARE Act would allow people who are in prison to be on home confinement, but he was denied it. And apparently he has not been seen. Now, this was as of last week when Charlamagne did this Donkey of the Day. As of last week, he had not been seen since he posted that Facebook Live video. Another person who is imprisoned at the same prison, FCI Elkton in Ohio, federal prison in Ohio, his wife Teresa Massey made a video, which you could just hear it on the radio, about her husband, Angelo Massey, who had been sick and hadn't been seen since he'd gone to see the nurse. He said somebody from the prison called her to tell her, like, you need to check on your husband. He's like really, really sick. And she was saying that the person told her they just came back and packed up his stuff and nobody told anybody like where he was going or what happened or anything like that. And she said she has not been able to reach her husband. Now, again, this is as of last week. And lastly, there are examples also in Alabama prisons, which according to the person who was on the recording, these are the most overcrowded prisons in the nation. They're refusing to release inmates in Alabama. They're not giving them proper soap, hand sanitizer, or masks. And then at Rikers, the COs have no protective gear, and they were saying that the virus is spreading insanely. So basically, and the person at Rikers who was recorded was saying that people are dying in prison who had 1 year left on their sentences. Which again, whether you had 10 years or 40 years, you know, that's neither here or there. But of course, it's especially sad when the person was literally about to be out and is now dead because of all the horrible conditions that we have. But you know, it's just sad because some people are like, oh, well, they're in prison. We're just like, okay, but because, you know what, I'm going to bring this up. I was listening to a YouTuber say that, like, he doesn't like that people are telling nurses and doctors or saying of nurses and doctors that, oh, this is what you signed up for. And he basically was like, no, I don't think anybody signed up to work without the necessary gear. Nobody knew there would be a pandemic when they signed up to be a doctor. You might have just thought you'd be lucky and could just do regular doctor things. It's the same thing with being in prison. Like, okay, well, you broke the law. Right. Which, you know, we're not going to get into all the shitty, you know, things that go on in the criminal justice system. But okay, cool. I broke a law. I'm supposed to go to jail for 5 years. Nowhere in that agreement did it say anything about me getting a virus and dying in jail. Right. Nowhere did it say that. So to think that, I think it's just it's very, I think it's very inhumane. Like, it's lacking empathy and humility. And I think that again, like my friend said, like this pandemic is literally shedding a light on all the horrible shit going on, and it has been going on, but now it just has the pandemic, you know, it like wrapped up into it. So yeah, basically, don't think that you being trapped in the house, if you are, you know, like myself, where you just, you know, you got food and you can eat when you want to, you can shower with antibacterial soap if you want to, and you have hand sanitizer, and you got Wi-Fi and movies and books and all this stuff, is anything compared to what people are facing in prison.
Yeah.
So
You had mentioned somebody supposed to be released in like within the year or something. I also saw a story from Michigan. A man named William Garrison, he was set to be released in a couple weeks and got diagnosed with corona and died. And he had served 44 years and was about to be out in a couple weeks. And it's kind of just like, well, if he was going to be paroled, even in a couple months, like, why couldn't y'all just send this man home? Like,
right.
And not that you can send, quote unquote, not that you can send everyone home, like, as far as an idea of prisons being obsolete or not. If you should be releasing all these people who, a lot of people don't have homes and don't have families to go to, just into the streets. But it's like, it's kind of like circumstantial. It's like, well, it's, you know, some people can go home and possibly not get sick. And also if you could be quarantining people, I don't know, as you know, knowing someone who's incarcerated who has talked about having certain symptoms and talked about the fact that nobody will check them unless they say they have symptoms, like unless they actually have symptoms, like, saying like, hey, I've been coughing, can I be tested, is apparently not good enough. Like, if you don't have a fever, it's not good enough to be actually tested. And it's just like, it's really scary, especially to hear like, I don't know if we have a good idea of how many prisons are, you know, really suffering with everything going on. Because, I mean, they're already, a lot of them, you know, inhumane conditions and no food, not good water or plumbing or lighting and bedding and this, that, and the third. It's like, it's already bad enough. But to know that there's a virus breaking out everywhere and y'all are just like, oh, okay, well, now we'll quarantine this area of the prison. It's like, well, I'm sorry. Where were the necessary steps beforehand?
Right.
Yeah.
Mess.
Month in review. What a, oof. But you know what? I'm going to bring us back up.
Okay, wonderful.
So we will only have one first lady for the rest of our lives, and that is Miss Queen Michelle Obama. Well, you know, for me at least. And she decided that every Monday from now until May 11th that she will be singing reading via Facebook and YouTube to little kids, reading children's books. And the first one she'll be reading, or she just read, I think this past Monday, was The Gruffalo. And she said basically when she was a kid, she loved to read and read aloud. And when she became a parent, she found a lot of joy in the magic of storytelling with her own children. And now she says that at a time like this, when so many families are under so much stress, I'm excited to give the kids a chance to practice their reading and hear some wonderful stories, and to give parents and caretakers a much needed break. Which, you know, was more than I could say for our current president and the current first lady and a whole lot of other people in power. But yeah, shout out to Queen Michelle Obama for giving a fuck.
Absolutely. Michelle Obama is lit. I saw that and I thought it was very sweet, very cute. It's just, I mean, I think I was having a conversation with someone and I was like, I think that one of the beautiful things about this quarantine / isolation, you know, pandemic is that people are being very creative. I had a game night that was on Zoom with people I didn't know, and I was invited by a friend from college, and like it was her family and her friends, and that was, you know what I'm saying, people are being very creative. Me and Xavier doing the 31 dance challenge, 31 days of dance. People are just coming up with all kinds of things. Even like just certain, like Kalia's gonna be on a panel, and they're doing it virtually. Like
she had a speech today, actually.
Yeah. Housewives of Atlanta, for instance, is doing their reunion virtually. I don't think that's going to go well, but
oh my God, did you see that Tiger King had a virtual reunion?
I did not. I didn't even watch that documentary, but I know people.
What?
Okay, so for everyone out there who does not know, typically if a whole bunch of people are doing something, I don't do it at that time. I just
a whole bunch of people pee every day. A whole bunch of people brush their teeth every day.
Good example. When there's a trend, when it's a trend, like for instance, this album just came out, everybody's talking about it, I'll be like, I'll get to it when I get to it, and it normally takes me like a year. Like I just watched Surviving R. Kelly. like yesterday, and it came out a
that's
whole
true.
year ago. So I'll probably watch Tiger King 2021.
Okay, well, I'll be excited when you do, and I will try to
Mhm.
remember all the shenanigans that happened.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, and I don't do it on purpose. I don't literally go, everybody's doing this, I'm not. I just literally be like, oh, I'll get to it, and then before I know it, it'd be months and months and months and months. Like, I guess not having Twitter and being a part of, like, the Twitter conversations with things, and, like, as you know, back in the day, you used to basically have, like, live chats on Twitter when, like, the award shows were on and that kind of thing. So I think I guess in a way, I miss that, but at the same time, I don't want any more social media in my life. So I don't know why, but that's just kind of how I am. Like, I always be like, oh, I'll get to it, and then it takes me months or a whole year.
Fair enough, good queen. Okay, well,
But I did not see that about the reunion. I got off subject.
Oh yeah, is this a tangent? Damn it.
Yep, like tangent number 3.
Damn it.
But we're 20 minutes in. I don't think that's that bad.
I'm gonna start taking shots every time. See
Please
if that makes this better or worse.
Please don't. You're gonna start talking in that baby voice. I don't have time.
I don't have a baby voice, Sydney.
You talk with a baby voice when you get drunk. Like you sound like a 2-year-old.
Are you done?
Yep, I am. All right, Blank While Black.
Oh wait, I have more.
Oh. Okay. Wait, where were we?
Month in review still for an
Oh,
eternity, as always. I just want to mention two quick things.
Okay.
Actually, let me start with the bad one, and then I'll end it off on a still bad but better note.
Okay.
So the diagnosis toll last episode was at 357,000 for the United States. This week when I checked, I think 2 days ago, it was 763,000, so almost doubled. Or yeah, more than doubled. Wow, I don't know math. It's doubled. Anyway, and the death toll had climbed to 40,000. Now, in the midst of something I'm going to get to later in the podcast, but people basically protesting and wanting to open things back up and being stupid and having parties and having kickbacks and acting like this isn't real. I officially know 2 people personally that have passed from coronavirus.
Oh, wow.
So I would like to reiterate in this month in review that shit is real out there, and to please be smart and protect yourselves. And
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to move on from that real quick.
Wait, are you going to talk about the protest later? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, wonderful.
So one quick thing to leave off month in review with. The National School Safety Center confirmed that March 2020 is the first March since 2002 without a school shooting in the United States. So,
Wow.
obviously that's good news, but it is extremely sad news to know that it has been that long without a March school shooting. So just
And it's only that way because schools are closed.
yeah, and it's not because something has gotten better and something has changed significantly and laws are changed and people are being protected. No. It's because there's a pandemic and people are dying everywhere. So
Yeah, that's a shame.
something to keep in mind. Again, just be smart, guys. It doesn't really matter. People are like, oh, they're opening everything back up, or they're not telling us something. It must be safe out there. No. I understand that we don't trust these people to be like, hey, go lock yourselves inside and we're going to shut everything down with a click of a finger. It's that easy for us to be able to basically declare martial law. But at the same time, just be smart. People are actually dying. These aren't fake deaths that we're talking about. This is real life. So just be smart. And I'm going to leave that at month in review because it is very draining, I know, to just be hearing about coronavirus 24/7. I know we're all on lockdown. It can be very draining to our mental health. But I just want you to be smart. That's all. I love y'all. And I don't want to hear about none of my, beautiful neighbors of the living room dropping like flies. That's all that is.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Alrighty, Blank While Black, which I actually have one for once.
Blank While Black. Sydney, what's up?
I'm gonna read the headline. According to NBC News, China has been accused of discriminating against Africans as part of the coronavirus fight. So I have a whole bunch of bullet points, and I'm gonna try not to be like a boring reader.
Okay.
But it was the only way I could get all the information and make sure it was right and make sure I had who said what correctly, because it was so many like ambassadors to this nation and ambassadors to that nation, and I was like, ooh, child, I'm gonna mess this up. Okay, so
That's right, because around here we read past the headlines. Amen. Amen.
Absolutely. It was reported last week that 111 people from Africa living in the city of Guangzhou, think I said that right. I looked it up too. Had tested positive for the coronavirus. So a group of African ambassadors in Beijing were the first to raise the issue, and they co-signed a letter saying that Africans were being subjected to humiliation and harassment despite adhering to the local policies designed to mitigate the spread of the virus. So Africans from Togo, Nigeria, and Benin had been evicted from hotels in the middle of the night. A group of African students were forced to take tests despite not having traveled recently. And others were reported being threatened with having their visas and their work permits revoked. It says that the U.S. Consulate General issued a warning on April 13th that people appearing to be of African origin or in contact with African nationals were being forced to take COVID-19 tests and undergo quarantine under supervision and at their own expense in some cases, regardless of recent travel history or whether they had already been completed whether they had already done the required period of self-isolation. I also read somewhere that African Americans are being discriminated against also because, I guess they just see black people and are like, oh, hell no. So it doesn't really matter whether you are African American in Guangzhou right now or just African. They are allegedly discriminating against both. So African Americans have also reported that some businesses and hotels refuse to do business with them. A video on Twitter showed workers carrying signs that said black people are not allowed to enter a restaurant at McDonald's. That McDonald's was shut down. At least for a little while. It might still be shut down, but McDonald's is like, we don't support this. They had to, they probably don't want no smoke. Let's see. Also, it says U.S. and African officials, and at least one business are the people that are saying, so it's the U.S., African officials, and one business that are basically saying that African people and African Americans are being discriminated against because the Chinese officials are denying that any of this has happened. They're like, they said that the U.S. is trying to ruin relations between the Chinese and African nations, or the Chinese and Africa. Yeah. So they basically saying like, nah, y'all lying. This really ain't what's going on. The U.S. is trying to blow this out of proportion. It's not really what's happening. I did read that what actually was going on was that the people who were being evicted had stayed past their visa period, and that's why they were being evicted. And but the people who, I guess they're ambassadors to those nations, were basically saying like, okay, that's fine, but these people still need to be treated with respect, and they need to be, treated humanely. And which I thought was weird too, because I was like, okay, cool, they're there past their visas. And I don't know if it meant my visa ran out in 2016 and y'all just not catching me, because they were saying that they're catching these people whose visas have expired because of all the lockdowns with the coronavirus. And I'm like, I don't know if that meant I've been over here all this time without a visa, or if it's it just expired yesterday, but I can't really go nowhere because coronavirus. So I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I'm not there, but the videos is looking like these. There's literally a video where you can see a person holding a sign that literally says "No blacks allowed" in the McDonald's. So I'm like, how are y'all denying that this is happening when there's videos of it?
Right.
But China has repeatedly denied that there has been any discrimination. They are, let's see, I'm trying to make sure I got everything. Yeah, they said the United States is trying to fuel the fire, whatever. But then I also had somebody DM me and say that African nations were kicking out Chinese people before. And so I don't know if this is just discrimination begets discrimination. At the end of the day, I would just like to say, China, if you are listening, whoever over there, got some power. If y'all doing some fucked up shit, just stop. Just be like, okay, cool. This virus is getting around. We don't want nobody to get it. Just do the right thing. If you test somebody that has it, put them on isolation, not at their own expense, pay for it, because that's what people deserve in this time. They don't need to be worried about their medical bills. People should just be worried about survival. To my African folks, if y'all kicking Chinese people out, again, you can just quarantine these people, test them for this virus, keep it pushing. I'm not in either of these places, so I can't really deny what is and what is not going on. But I think at the end of the day, if everybody just acts out of a place of love and out of a place of, this is a human being we're talking about and we're treating this way, kind of way, you wouldn't have this kind of stuff going on. So yeah, it's a mess. But I saw that video, so I can't really say that I believe China, because the sheet of paper clearly said no blacks allowed. So
yeah.
Well,
Well,
somebody is discriminating.
So in Blank While Black, don't be in another country that your apparent African ass ain't supposed to be in.
I guess so.
I guess. Shit. Wow.
Yeah, it's a mess.
That's a mess. Okay. Well, in Blank While Black, also, per usual, please don't have a mental illness while black. A 33-year-old man in a San Leandro store, Walmart actually, in California, was supposedly having some oh my God, why can't I talk? Was having an episode. He has been he's had issues with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. He was in a Walmart and he had a bat, and the police were called on him. The police came, told him basically to get back. The man, I guess, was still just walking towards them. One officer tried to fire his taser, which was supposedly ineffective. So the other officer did, which did not stop the man. So then they took out their gun and fired a shot in his torso, and he died at the scene at Walmart.
Oh, wow.
So he was 33. He's a father of 3. Has they only mentioned one age. It was an 11-year-old child that he has left behind. And why? So the first report that I read basically said that the police got called because he was just being disruptive and disorderly. That happens when you're having a mental episode. And that another call came in before the police got there, was that there was a robbery underway. But when the police got there and they realized, oh, no, it's just this man tripping, there's not a robbery, they said they were going to try to de-escalate the situation. Of course, black people having mental illnesses don't get that kind of respect. And the man is shot and killed in the Walmart. So, Blank While Black, try not to have your mental episodes. Mind you, if you are a white man or white woman having a mental episode, you get that special treatment. Or if you've shot up an entire church of people, they just assume that you have a mental disorder, you still get to get your Burger King or what have you. These types of people can always have the respect of being treated. And so in California, because of everything happening with Black Lives Matter, especially because Black Lives Matter was formed out here in California, they were adopting some of the stricter gun laws or police brutality type laws, where basically they said the police were not allowed to use their firearms unless they really thought it was a deadly threat, which I would have thought that would have already been a law, but maybe not. So why you thought you needed your gun to a bat? I don't know. Some people were saying, mind you, I wasn't there, so I don't know, but some people were saying that before the police got there, he was making suicidal comments and saying he wanted to die and threatening one of the workers at the Walmart, which if somebody is running through a Walmart during a pandemic and yelling about how they want to die, if somebody's running around saying they're suicidal, that to me just says, oh yeah, this man is obviously having some sort of mental issues. He needs help, not a shot in the chest. So, in Blank While Black, don't have a mental episode if you are in Walmart.
Yeah.
As always, the officer who shot him is currently on an administrative leave. Couldn't tell, but probably paid because they are still under investigation. So I don't think they can, quote unquote, fire him if he's under investigation right now. I don't know. It's just really sad. I really hate hearing stories like this. And of course, it's necessary to even get an ounce of give a fuck by people who can make laws and press charges, etc. But I'd be so tired of seeing videos. I hate when people send me a video. You could just tag me in an article. I don't need to see a video of a black person having a mental episode and being shot and killed in a public place with people all around, with people recording. I don't need to see people being murdered on my phone. Meanwhile, if you post a picture of your nipple on Instagram, it gets taken down immediately, but they'll let us see black people be murdered all day, every day, just fine.
Yeah, it's sad. It's a mess. Sheesh.
Yeah, so that's my Blank While Black.
All right. So, Sounds About White?
Is it Sounds About White time? Yeah, it is Sounds About White. Do you have a Sounds About White?
I do. It's an old one. It's an oldie but a goodie.
Why do I ask you questions? I feel like the answer is no.
Shout out. I have one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your phone must have cut out. Carry on.
Okay.
Carry on.
I would like to spend a special shout out to Matt and Noah Colvin, who saw that there was a pandemic afoot and took it upon themselves to clean out the shelves of Dollar Tree, Walmart, Staples, and Home Depot in Chattanooga, Tennessee, of all of its of useful pandemic supplies such as hand sanitizer, and antibacterial wipes. And then over the next 3 days, they took a 1,300-mile trip across Tennessee and into Kentucky, filling a U-Haul truck with thousands of bottles of hand sanitizer, thousands of packs of antibacterial wipes, mostly from little hole-in-the-wall dollar stores in the backwoods, they said.
Yeah.
So Matt Colvin, I'm going to say that name again, he's a seller on Amazon. He posted the first 300 bottles of sanitizer, selling them between $8 and $70 each.
I mean, hand sanitizer, yeah, $70. That makes sense.
He said to him it was crazy money. To many others, it was profiteering from a pandemic. Amazon immediately pulled the listings. And after the New York Times posted the article about how Matt Colvin had 17,700 hand sanitizers and or other antibacterial things, many contacted the Colvins, sending hate mail and death threats. And one person even showed up to their home with criticism. He said, and quote, "It was never my intention to keep necessary medical supplies out of the hands of people who needed them." He said, crying, "That's not who I am as a person. And all I have been told for the past 48 hours is how much of that person I am." Well, sir, with 17,000 hand sanitizers sitting in your garage, this might be who you are. He ended up donating them all.
Yeah.
After he was being investigated by the state's attorney general.
I was gonna say, maybe he was gonna do that anyway.
Not to mention, he already had a 6-figure career selling things on Amazon since 2015. That's when he first started selling things on Amazon. Selling things like Nike shoes and pet toys. He already had a 6-figure career. So this is what happened. So mind you, this isn't all. So that was all I knew from the beginning. But then I kept pulling up articles to try to get all the facts. It says in early February, as headlines announced that the coronavirus is spread in China. As headlines announced the spread of the coronavirus in China, Colvin spotted a chance to capitalize. A nearby liquidation firm was selling 2,000 pandemic packs, leftovers from a defunct company. So each came with 50 face masks, 4 small bottles of hand sanitizer, and a thermometer. The price was $5 a pack. But Colvin, Matt Colvin, being the guy that he is, was able to get them down to $3.50 and bought all of them. He quickly sold all 2,000 of the 50 packs of masks on eBay, pricing them at $40 to $50 each, sometimes higher. He declined to disclose his profits, but they are assured that it was substantial. Let's see. He said he's facing several consequences, and he's made his living on Amazon and eBay, but he's now suspended from both of the platforms. So, Matt Colvin, karma is a bitch. So, am I sad that you can no longer sell things that people could be using in the midst of a pandemic on either eBay or Amazon, and this is where you got your fortune from? No, I'm not sad for you, sir. Am I sad that you took 3 whole days? After you took 3 whole days to scour the whole state, looking for all of the antibacterial things you could find, all the face masks, all the hand sanitizer, all the wipes. I'm not sad for you at all. Am I sad that you got death threats? I mean, I can't say that I am. I wouldn't wish death upon anyone. But I mean, karma's a bitch. I mean, of all the things I thought to do when I heard there was a pandemic going on, I thought, let me go get some tissue. Not all of it. One pack will do.
1 pack is fine.
Let me go get some hand sanitizer. 1 will do. I don't know why. It's very sad to me. Kalia actually made a post on Facebook about how she actually hopes she dies first, if ever the world really is ending, because we've seen y'all's true colors and the fact that y'all will literally go to the store and buy everything y'all can possibly find, not caring about whether anybody else gets any or not. It is very sad to me. When I was still working, this lady came in. So I work at the vitamin shop. We sell all kinds of herbs and things that are useful for boosting the immune system. And this woman wanted oil of oregano. Oil of oregano is a good antiviral and antibacterial. Am I saying you can use it to fight the coronavirus? No, because I'm not trying to get sued. But people buy it for that. So she comes in. We were holding one for her before corporate like sent an email down saying we couldn't hold anything else for people. She comes in and she's like, "Do y'all have any more? I would like to buy it all." And I was like, "Do y'all?" I mean, this is the thing. The question I really want to ask y'all, for anybody out there who I have to admit I am judging you if you have 18 packs of 6 packs of toilet tissue sitting in your house right now. If you have 10 bottles of hand sanitizer, 100 masks, while some of us have nothing. If you have 18 bottles of Lysol, do you really want to be the last person alive?
Right.
Like, for real.
No.
Like, do you really want to be the last person alive? Because now that you have all the tissue, all the hand sanitizer, and all of the oil of oregano, everybody else is dead because they couldn't get any. So if you want to be Will Smith and I Am Legend,
right,
fighting all of the zombies that come back to life after the coronavirus
y'all
kills
can't
us,
be Will Smith and I Am Legend.
then you know good you got it. But I just think getting enough for your, like, if I was telling Clea, I don't think that the shelves of, I saw an article that said that the next time we're gonna see Lysol is the summertime. I heard a YouTuber say he tried to order hand sanitizer off Amazon and it said it would be here in June.
Oh my God.
So say that to say, I do not think that we are completely out of Lysol because people went in and got one for themselves. I don't think we're out of tissue because people went in and bought one for themselves.
Right.
I think we're out of these things because people went in there and said, let me buy 10 of these bitches just for myself.
Right.
Which I think is a shame. Like, I think if we all just went and said, let me just get enough until I run out. Like, let me just get one like I normally would.
I remember when this first happened and all the shelves were barren of food, of toilet paper, of cleaning supplies, of everything. And everybody was like, what are y'all doing? It is, like a virus, but I mean, there's no food shortage. Like, if anything, throughout the world, it's a food surplus. They throw out so much food that never even gets to restaurants and to grocery stores, etc., just because there's too much of it. And they're like, why are y'all buying all this shit? It is not we're not running low, and we're a grocery store, sis. We're gonna have another order tomorrow, probably tonight. Like, what are y'all doing?
Right.
People are
Walmart gets a shipment.
People are
every day.
Nuts. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just very sad because what we're seeing is that this is really how people are gonna act. I was telling somebody, I was like, I don't think we're better than animals. I don't think animals would go. Animals found out the coronavirus. Did you see a dog in line getting all the tissue?
Right.
I don't think so. They just out here being dogs. So it's just very sad.
I know animals look at us
selfish.
like, Jesus H. Christ.
Right, but yeah, that's my Sounds About White for Matt Colvin and his brother. Let me look up his brother's name.
Yeah,
both of their names deserve to be said.
Amen.
Matt and Noah, named, I'm assuming, for Noah of Noah's Ark.
That's so fitting. That's right.
He must have misread. He probably misread that scripture and thought that instead of gathering all the animals,
no, he was like, "This makes sense. Get everything for myself and for my family. This makes sense. Yes, God, thank you for this passage. I will take heed."
Speaking of which, Matt Colvin, like, he had photos. He had the audacity to be wearing a shirt that said like family business, family man. Sir.
No, he was being completely 100% authentic because he was like, family as in mine, bitch. Not yours. Fuck your family.
Right. Fuck all y'all. So yeah, that's shout out to y'all for being shitty and selfish. And on top of, like, and then you're taking a step further, not just let me get enough for myself. You said, let me buy all this shit so that y'all got to pay $40 for some shit I paid $3.50 for.
Right.
Oh, disgusted. Okay, I'm done.
All right. Well, in my Sounds About White, I've got 2 of them. Let's start over here with me, shall we?
Wonderful.
So while we're on virus and virus teens, let's talk about the fact that California, Idaho, Michigan, Florida, and Pennsylvania, at the very least, because I'm sure there have been more, but that's all the ones that I've read so far, have all had protests to the lockdown. That's right, people. We're out in the streets with our signs and probably our tiki torches, demanding that we are able to go back to work and breathe our virusy breath on other people. So there have been crowds and crowds and crowds of people in all these different states. I'm sure, like I said, more than I have even said, demanding that they go back to work because they have bills to pay. I mean, yes, we would like to pay our bills. We would like to live. We would like to eat. Makes sense. Small businesses are suffering. Our weak ass country is only giving us a one-time $1,200 check, while all these other countries are supplying 90% of income, $2,000 a month, 75% of income. No, not the good old U.S. of A. $1,200 flat, one good time. So all these people are demanding to be let back into work because obviously you can't pay too many bills with $1,200. Can't survive very long.
Some people, that's just rare
and what's
for
his
some
name?
people.
Steve. This might be the wrong name. Munchinen something. I don't remember his name, but he's like the United States Treasurer or something. He said that we should be able to last 10 fucking weeks on $1,200.
Ooh, he must not live in the USA.
He must not live on our planet.
And if he does, he live like, because I know cost of living is like different depending on where you go. So if he does, he live in the boonies.
No, he does not. No, he's not from this planet. I mean, you are the treasurer. I mean, sir, if there is one thing you should know, it should be how much it costs to live as the average American citizen, no matter what state you're in. That should be something you know. And on average, even if most of our country was poor, $1,200? Are you nuts? 10 weeks? What kind of, sir, I would like to see how far $1,200 would get you in your household. Although that is something you will never have to worry about because you're rich.
If I only use that money to eat, I normally spend like $100 a week on food, which I know might be, that's to me, I don't think that's a lot, but I'll hear people be like, I only spend $50 on food a week. And I'd be like, I don't know what the hell you eating. It got to be ramen. But anyway, it would last me 12 weeks if I only had to pay for food, but Wi-Fi to keep myself sane is $60 a month for me, and cell phone bill to keep in contact again to keep myself sane because nobody wants to be in solitary confinement.
Gas to go get said groceries.
Yeah, which mind you, I won't really say, I mean, I am definitely spending, you would have to, take that out, but I'm not spending a lot of money on gas because that's literally the only place I'm going. Mm-hmm. But even the people who are out here protesting can't live off of $1,200 because they got to put gas in their car so they can go to the protest.
I was going to say, how you going to make it to the protest? So, in these protests, specifically, we're going to talk about Pennsylvania. So, nurses, doctors, people are out in the streets, blocking cars from coming into the protest because obviously these doctors, nurses, etc. are all overworked, also don't want to be exposed and bring that shit home to their own children. They're trying to block cars from coming in to protest in the I guess the Capitol or what have you. So people are out there with their signs that say, in the lockdown, it's my constitutional right to work. There was a woman saying, I am having to draw unemployment and I don't want to. I'm disgusted by it. I want to be able to work and pay my own bills as an American citizen. Because, Republicans really hate people who need help, so they don't want to be one of those people that need help. There was a woman who had a child in the back of her truck who said, tell them, baby, tell them how your field trip to Washington, D.C. was canceled and we're coming anyway. That's right. And they're waving their American flags in the back of their trucks, et cetera, et cetera. I saw a sign that said, it was on a 18-wheeler, that said, Jesus is my vaccine.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, I wish that you guys would stop buying so much goddamn hand sanitizer if Jesus is your vaccine. So some of us who don't have Jesus as a vaccine can have it. And just the pure sounds about whiteness of it. It's just like people, I know you feel bad. You don't want to be a quote unquote freeloader like those blacks and Mexicans. But what the hell is your problem? My thing is, I'm sorry. If I'm going to get a fine for having more than, say, 6 people in my house because there's an executive order, all of these people should be fined because they're all out in the streets. And it's been protests of 2,000 people and more. So that's certainly more than 6 people. They need a slap on the wrist of some sort. But you know what? I think we should just dedicate one good state somewhere that people don't care about, I don't know, North Dakota, and put just all of these people that have Jesus vaccine and, Trump supporters, we should just put them all there since they don't believe the virus is real.
Absolutely.
They don't believe all these people and these bodies are piling up. then y'all just go over there. Why don't y'all go create your own jobs over there so you can work because you want to work so goddamn bad and pay your own bills? Why don't y'all all just go over there, hang out in that state, and leave the rest of us who don't want to die from an airborne virus alone?
Right.
I just have never seen no shenanigans like this. And I just don't understand that it's so fucking selfish. Like, we were talking about an airborne virus and y'all are gathering by the thousands to protest.
Right.
But no.
I bet they all finna get it.
When I say I am not anywhere near done, just wait. So in Pennsylvania, there are people down in the, like at the Capitol trying to protest, wearing bandanas, sunglasses, and plastic masks and other disguises, holding, of course, assault rifles, loaded assault rifles.
I saw this.
Now,
on your story.
if we could just rewind just a few minutes in this podcast, there is a man having a mental episode in a Walmart holding a bat who was shot in the chest. For a bat. Because these police believe that they had the right to defend themselves from a potentially deadly situation. And so they shot him with their gun because he had a bat. And
But
yet,
that's because only black people actually do harm to the police.
and
obviously.
yet, white people can be outside in public when they're not even supposed to be out there by the thousands with face masks and covers and bandanas, which means if they were to shoot and kill somebody, nobody would even be able to point them out. With loaded assault rifles and cops just chilling, standing there like, it's no big deal. That's my brother JJ. Like, who cares that him and his wife fucking Sammy came down here with their fucking loaded guns? Like, this is totally safe. This is fine. Like, what? Mind you, these aren't N95 masks. These are bandanas and then like plastic presidential face masks and stuff like that. Like, what?
What's that movie called? Whatever you wearing?
The
masks?
Purge,
It's like-
which is exactly
like
what
The
it looked
Purge.
like.
Yeah, it's a mess. Obviously, though, like sometimes I feel like racism is undeniable. Like it's undeniable to me that you can literally say that a black man had a bat and got shot by police, but these white people were out here with loaded assault rifles, loaded, unloaded shit. I don't know if you can tell the difference.
Meanwhile,
by the eye,
whole
but-
time, if it was a police patrol by Black Panthers, if it was black people out there with their loaded assault rifles, etc., then you get a whole law and act placed against them, the Mulford Act or whatever it was called, and then the Gun Control Act is just like, oh, but if black people, if y'all protesting something with guns, we got a problem. But white people, do
Absolutely.
what you want. It's your country, goddammit. I mean, you didn't build it or discover it or work very hard for it. Damn it, what did y'all do? Oh, wait. You sanctioned out work from other people until they were bloody and broken and dead, and then you took it. So yeah, stand up here. It's yours. You worked hard for it. Stand up here with your loaded guns and threaten people and their safety and these doctors and nurses, etc., who have kids that they haven't been able to hug in weeks because they don't know if they've been exposed. Well, they have been exposed to coronavirus and they're afraid of taking it home to their kids.
Yeah, I saw a nurse that was basically like, they had a sign that was kind of like, she was basically anti-protest on some like, if y'all don't take y'all ass, or it was, I should say it was on a nurse's page, but yeah, if y'all don't take y'all asses home type shit, basically, the same thing you're saying, y'all are being selfish. I think it's what most people who are on the front lines and have to work, at hospitals and treat y'all. But that's what she said in her comment, like, yeah, I have to still treat these people. And I was like, and this is why I'm not a nurse. Like, amongst the other many reasons why I'm not a nurse, shit like this would be me going, oh, where did you get the virus? Which I'm sure they don't ask, of course, but like, oh, where'd you get the virus? Oh, I went to like a let me work protest.
Right.
Oh, well, I have nothing for you.
Right.
I heard, again, that same YouTuber was like, if y'all out here talking about, I want to go to work, this, that, and the third, and, Jesus is my vaccine. Okay, well, when you get sick, don't take your ass to the hospital.
Right.
Just stay home.
Ask Jesus.
With Jesus. Yeah, like, which, again, and I don't even have a problem with you saying, oh, Jesus is my vaccine. That's fine. If that's your belief and that's your faith. But stay home still. Like, I really believe in prayer without work is dead.
If
I
Jesus
really believe
is
in
your
that.
vaccine, why can't Jesus also be your job?
Hello, Jesus is going to get your bills paid, right?
Jesus could be your $1,200 check.
And also, if you were out here talking about how bad you just want to work, I think the government should take their checks back and give it to other people. Like, even if it means we all get, like, 50 more cents because that's how much it was when they divided it up again for all of us. All y'all need to get y'all checks back. Every last one of y'all.
I mean, but this is the thing. It's not even a problem of receiving a check. It's receiving a check because they want to be able to look down on people who receive checks from the government. Like, you out there saying in your little interviews, like, how I'm on unemployment and I don't want to be, my family doesn't get on unemployment. We're being forced to be on it. It's like, yeah, bitch, that's why a lot of people were on it in the first place, is because they're being forced to be on it. Duh. Right. Stupid. Like, but now that the shoe is on the other foot, now you're embarrassed to say that you're on it, and now you want to subject doctors and nurses and everybody else and everybody breathing the same air as you to being sick and dying because you want to be selfish. And y'all got y'all kids out there. And I saw a lady pushing a dog in a stroller at that damn protest with signs on the damn stroller. Like, one was a sign from her and one was a sign from the dog talking about wanting to go to work. I was like, lady, if you don't go straight to hell.
Oh gosh, yeah. It's very sad, and again, the crazy thing is it's like most people don't want to be in the house. Like, I've seen so many people, or what feels like so many people say, oh, they're bored. Like, most people want to go to work. Most people want to be able to see their friends and go out and party and all that kind of stuff. But it's like, you have to take self out of it and realize that if we quote unquote struggle, depending on, to what extent you feel like you are struggling right now, if we struggle now, there will be less struggle on the back end. This whole, we're going to open up the economy on May 1st. We're going to open up America again on May 1st. Oh, so everybody can die? Right. Because to me, I think it was me and you talking, like, I'm not going to feel safe opening the country up until New York is good again. Like, if that's the epicenter of our pandemic, that's what everybody should be, like, chilling. Like, we should be waiting until they good, and then we could be like, okay, cool, when everybody else should kind of be good. Now, do I study disease? Absolutely not. But in my head, I'm trying to think of how I can compare this to the body. I don't know. I ain't got time to be coming up with analogies, but y'all know what the fuck I mean. Until New York is good, we all need to stay our asses home, because at the end of the day, when they open up the economy on May 1st, as I have posted in my story, I'm gonna let y'all be the guinea pigs, even though I already know it's too soon. If Wuhan, China had to go on a 50-day stay in the house, locking people in the house type of lockdown type shit, and that's how long, and now they're having some places in China are now having like more recurrences of the virus again, because now people are out and about again. Why do we think we're special? We didn't even lock down. We didn't lock anything down. We're on isolation and quarantines, but nothing is locked down to my knowledge. Florida has reopened their beaches. Right. And when I tell you, y'all, you know what? Y'all can go be stupid if y'all want to. I'm gonna let y'all be great. If y'all open up the world on May 1st, I'm still gonna be in the house. Cause I read something that said August would be when everything got back to normal, and then I read other stuff that said it won't be till 2021. So I
also read that there was gonna be a second worse wave whenever the fall comes back around, because that's when it thrives.
Right. And so I'm like, are y'all kidding me right now? Which, mind you, I can understand, cases went down, let's open the world back up. I'm still taking a month hiatus after that, even if they did wait till August. But that makes sense. Oh, there's going to be a reoccurrence again because when it gets cold, because, people are still carrying in their bodies and this and the third. I get that. But not knowing how this really works on I studied it level, but I would understand reopening the world before November if we get it under control long before that. But just this whole, we still struggling right now. Cases are still going up right now. You just said they doubled since last week. And y'all talking about opening up the country in like 9 days or 10 or however many. Y'all are dumb. And I don't want no part.
Y'all are really dumb. Y'all are really dumb.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm staying in the house. Whatever y'all open it back up, I'm going to be in the house again for another 30 days. Yeah. At least.
Y'all got it. So, yeah. Have fun. Job bless.
I miss.
All right. Sounds about white. We got one more story, people. And it's not even that it's like the most standout story that there is. I just kind of wanted to talk about the aftermath of it more than anything. So all y'all Rugrats is all up on the TikTok, right? That's what y'all youngsters like these days. Y'all like the TikTok. Let me try to play a video for y'all. I don't know if y'all gonna be able to hear it. If you can't, I'll just move on and, y'all can look it up yourselves. Let's see. Coming out of hot Georgia, like we couldn't have guessed. Let's see.
Atlanta, Georgia.
No. Anyway, okay. So there is a video on TikTok by two people. It is Stephanie Freeman and Jeffrey Hume. I think is how you say his name. Jeff Hume, whatever. Anyway, they made a video called "How to Make a Nigger." That's right, nigger. All the word we like to say as soon as we get home and get away from the people at school who will judge us for saying it. We're going to say it at home on our TikTok.
Was it ER?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
So they wrote the word niggers on a piece of paper and put it in their sink. And they said, how to make a nigger. And they had a cup of water that said, eat watermelon and fried chicken. And they poured it on there. And then they had one that said, don't have a dad, and poured it on there. And then they said, robbing people, especially white people, and pouring it on there. And making bad decisions, or said making good decisions. And they poured nothing on there because the cup was empty. And then I don't even remember what the last one was. But they turned on the whole sink because it was very important.
Yeah, no, you got to figure out which one that one was because that's important. I think that was the one about, didn't they have one about making bad choices?
Maybe. I don't know.
But I think it was making bad choices, and they literally not only poured the water in the cup, they turned the sink on, put more water in the cup, poured it back into the sink, put more water in the cup, put soap in there.
Oh, my God.
Because we black folks, we niggers, just make really, really bad choices.
And don't have dads and eat watermelon and fried chicken, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So basically,
I mean, it was the most stereotypical shit you could possibly say.
That you could possibly say. And not only that, but girl, do you not, I mean, and boy, both of y'all don't know any black people personally, period. Where do y'all even get this shit? Talking about some.
You know what? They probably both have black significant others. That's also how that goes.
Oh, God. Oh. Cindy, try not to preach today, okay? Oh, my God. Oh, man. You know what? Proba-fucking-ly.
If you tell me the aftermath is not one of them saying, but I have black friends, I'm going to be very surprised.
No. It's even better than it usually is. And that's the reason I picked it. Because it's not even the first or the only this week of racist dumb shit that people have done on TikTok. I mean, I read a story yesterday about a deputy sheriff and his wife who works in the medical field. Didn't say her exact job, but they were making racist ass videos on their TikTok in the police car. In uniform. And I'm like, wow, so the person who's going to shoot me in the heart in a Walmart if I have a medical episode, and then I have to be rushed to the hospital, his wife is going to be the one who's up to save my life? I don't fucking think so. But anyway, they're not the only people this week who are out here showing their mayonnaise asses on a fucking TikTok. This is why I brought it up. So this is a school. It's called Carrollton High School. Actually, a white girl posted a video and said, this may not get a lot of attention, but I really want people to know what kind of people I go to school with. Like, basically, this is sad. It's out of pocket. You know, it's not that everybody at my school is racist, but clearly, she was like, I've only been here for so long, and this is basically the type of people I go to school with, like people who are just racist and awful, da-da-da. So this is a white girl who posted the video, and then I guess friends of the people who were in the video were like, oh, you're so pathetic, like posting this video, da-da-da. And she was like, I'm always so happy when racist people defend their friends. But yeah, she was basically like, I didn't know this story was gonna get traction, but honestly, it needs to. This is unacceptable. So then Stephanie, God love it, gets on Instagram and posts. Let me quote.
Oh, she's crying.
Oh yeah. So it's an iOS press release. It says, I want to apologize for the abhorrent video I posted. Yeah, because that's the word I used in high school. I know in my heart I was wrong. My boyfriend is racist, and he slowly normalized his racism on me. Still, I should have never let him. Wait. This is my favorite sentence of the whole apology. Wait. I believe blacks are human too. Made in the image of Christ. I have disappointed God, and I want to apologize. Please don't contact my college. It's my future, and one mistake should not ruin a life. Also,
oh wow,
please stop with the death threats. Again, I apologize. Sincerely, Steph. Page 2. Yes, there's a page 2 after the sincerely and sign off. There's more. I promise to dedicate my life to serving God and treating every human with respect. I did not expect the public to forgive me, nor do I deserve it. But I pray God forgives my sins. That's the only way we heal. But I do take issue with one thing.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's right. She's about to preach. Hatred does not defeat hatred. Threatening and bullying and canceling me will not resolve the world's problems. Page 3. Please, I urge everyone to seek God and find peace in Him. Now, I understand why people are angry at me, but how will ruining my life change that? My parents live on fear for my life, and that is not fair.
It's not. But, you know, we niggas make bad choices.
We make bad decisions all the time, sis. I don't know what to tell you.
Which means canceling your ass.
Wait. There's more. She posted a picture of white tears, my favorite kind, delicious, that says, I'm sorry, ... There's only supposed to be 3. You guys ruined my fucking life. I am no longer going to the dream college, and my boyfriend and I have no future. The end.
Well, after I finish my watermelon and my fried chicken, I'm gonna whoop your ass, Karen.
I mean, when I say so, you know, oh yeah, the school, we do not agree with that. We love our diversity and all our students, and people in Georgia are not racist. What are you talking about? They have been expelled because they don't represent us. Blah blah blah. Okay, that's cute, bitch. We don't give a fuck about them being expelled. School is canceled for the rest of the year any goddamn way. So all I want from you, Mr. Superintendent, is to drop a pin for their address so we can pull the fuck up. Bitch, talking about some, I believe blacks are humans too. Blacks? This is how I know your ass don't know one goddamn black and ain't never met one in your life. Talking about some watermelon and fried chicken and sorry my racist ass boyfriend made me be a racist. What the hell are you talking about? Oh my God.
That was a mess. That was honestly the best thing I've heard all day today.
I'm actually going to read that apology to, you know, my future children every night before bed. Just because it's such a good story. I love this song.
Wow. Okay. Well, was this Still Sounds About White?
Yeah, thank God it's over. Jesus H. Christ.
Did you get my email?
I saw that you emailed me.
Okay, you got to pull it up on your laptop, though, so I can watch the video.
Oh, my God. But I couldn't.
So
it
next
doesn't need
up,
sound because I tried to play this video of this TikTok and I couldn't hear it on my
No, it doesn't need sound. So everyone, welcome to Sexpectations.
Oh, wait.
Welcome to Sexpectations 2020.
Wait, which email did you send it to me? Wait, which one?
To Gmail. Where Aisha will be watching a video that I myself had to watch earlier today that scarred me. And that will scar her for the rest of her life.
If you love your friends,
can you take the phone off pause?
Well, I'm trying to log into my email. You know I don't be remembering my passwords.
You gotta log into it on the computer.
That's what I'm doing, Anime. It was only
okay,
on. It was only on.
Don't raise your voice at me, Karen.
It was only on pause because I had to set it down.
You gotta move it over. I can't see your whole face.
Okay, well, can I log in first? Because God damn it, I don't know my password.
You are trash. I have to be able to see this. I have to.
Wait.
I simply have to.
Okay, wait. Damn. What would my password be? Isn't that crazy?
Oh, maybe I can.
That's so
I can't
sad
send it
that
to
this
you.
is how I am.
I think most people are like this.
Like, why? You supposed
But
to
I
just
don't use-
save all my shit. I'm not supposed to have to remember nothing.
Do you have a sexpectation question?
No, ma'am.
Really?
Yeah. The ones I got asked, I just didn't feel like we could discuss.
Oh,
Like, you know, sometimes people ask us stuff that we're like, well, it has to be something we can both talk about. Because if not, it just sounds like an anecdote, I think. The hell is this?
Did you got it? You got it open?
Sexpectations. Let me do a little clicky click. Does it have volume? Do I need volume?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, no. That's even worse. I don't want to see whatever this is. I'm disgusted already.
No, I can't see your whole eyeball.
Oh, my God, Sydney.
Okay, there you go. Kalia sent this to me.
Oh, and I can see the URL in the...
I'm about to screen record this.
Why are you like
let me
this?
screen record this because this is hilarious.
Is it a video or a picture?
It's a video.
Okay. Oh God. I feel like my ears are getting hot. I threw up in my mouth. Nope. I don't want to open whatever this is. I don't want to open it.
No, open it. You have to open it.
Kalia said, if this is the standard for being classified as a freak, consider me a nun because it's a hell no. Whatever this is, I don't want to open it. This is not going to be
No,
good.
you have to. No, it is.
Oh, God. See, Twitter is ghetto. That's why I don't go here. I'm scared. I'm scared. Oh, no. The app name is Mr. Nasty. I'm scared. I don't want to click this. Oh, no. I'm scared.
Oh, no. The phone froze. No. Oh, no.
Oh, my.
The phone froze.
Okay, no, I'm actually going to.
Wait, are you really going to throw up? Did you just throw up for real? Oh, my God. No. Did you really just throw up?
Oh my God!
Bro,
Jesus! Jesus Christ! My eyes are bleeding. Oh my God!
This is the best payback of all time. Oh, thank God I screen recorded this.
Oh my God! I literally spit in my mouth. Oh my God. And it was spit that was not there before, okay? It came from somewhere else. The back of my throat, the back of my esophagus, maybe the top of my heart. I don't know where that came from. Oh God.
So, I'm guessing you're not into this kind of
Okay, I'm
thing.
going to block you, actually. Certainly. Oh God.
Oh my God.
What is wrong with you? You could have just told me what the video was.
Oh, God, that is so funny.
See, this is why I don't go to Twitter. It's ghetto there. Ugh.
Oh, my God. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
There
I
is...
cannot wait to put sound to that screen record.
Oh, no. Gross.
Okay, y'all. For everybody that wants to know what I just made Aisha watch, it was a video
No, because
of a-
I know what your question is, and this is not the same thing. This is not the same.
What is my question? Get your face.
Oh my God.
What did you think my question
I
is?
know what your question is. Your question is,
What is it?
would I like spit in my mouth? That was not spit. Sydney.
You said you like that porn that's like intense and aggressive.
Sydney, I have never in my life said that I wanted to see a pornography where someone hawks a loogie in someone else's mouth and slurps it out and they just exchange loogies. I have never said I watch porn like that. What the hell is wrong with you? Oh my God. Y'all. This video was basically 2 girls, 1 cup. That kind of video. This wasn't no normal spit in the mouth. This was not that. That's just
This was so much better than I expected it to be. Okay, well, good to know. Nobody on Twitter said that they were into that shit. They all said this is not what we mean.
this
when
is
we say
no.
spit in the mouth.
That ain't it.
I sent that to one of my male friends and he said, "You like that?" And I was like,
You know why he said that? Because he's like, you like that? I mean, nasty as hell, but if you with it, I'm with it.
no, because he was the first person to ever ask me if my, well, he didn't ask me, but I can't remember how maybe he did. I just remember we were at work and he was like, I don't know how we got here. But
Yeah, because you
we
at
both
work. Y'all were having a very The Office conversation there, talking about spitting in each
Pretty
other's
much.
mouths.
I just know he said, ask your friends if they like getting their mouth spit in during sex, and they all were like, ew, no. I mean, Kira was like, what's wrong with him? And she's on like speaker, and I'm like, well, this is embarrassing. And then he was like, that's not exactly what I meant, and I was like,
Not at all. What the hell? Oh.
Somebody said he's not on an alkaline diet.
Not at all. Oh, that was pure acid. Ugh. Just think about somebody hawking a loogie of their Burger King sandwich they just had in your mouth, sir, and your Mountain Dew that you just washed it down with, and your Hennessy and lemonade that you had for breakfast this morning. No.
I would like to say I'm not participating in any more sex expectations because I feel like whatever you retaliate with is going to be so bad. It's going to be like an atomic bomb, and I don't want to deal with it.
Oh my God.
Now I'm starting to think about the consequences of my actions because, you know, us niggers don't think about things. You don't think things through.
Thinking things through. Lots of water. Oh, wait. No water. Gross. What is wrong? Oh my God, y'all. This could have been a short episode. You could have just said, Aisha, do you like spit in your mouth? You sent me a video of 3 pounds of loogie being spit down into someone's throat. Oh my God. And then the fact that you recorded it, if you were that nasty, like, you know, there's some weirdos of the world, like weirdos that, you know, they I don't know, whatever y'all into. I don't know. I don't want to sex shame you, but whatever nasty shit y'all into. But you could just be nasty with each other. Like, you don't have to record it. Because you could remember that you spit a loogie in your girlfriend's mouth. You could remember that on your own. I don't need no extra spit that wouldn't have already been there, you know, via sloppy kiss. Like I don't know. I don't want to talk about this. Just know that there are no loogies going down my throat. Just know that. Okay? Know that. Ugh.
Okay, that's not what we're going to see on your OnlyFans page?
No, my OnlyFans page is going to be... First of all, actually, I need y'all to subscribe before I post anything because I was just going to post my feet. But I really need a pedicure. And
wait, on OnlyFans?
Yeah.
You have one now?
No. But I'm saying if I want one, I'm going to need y'all to subscribe. Or you know what? Cash at me the money. Cash at me the money first. And then I'll make my account because... What had happened was I'm going to need to buy all of the equipment to give myself a gel pedicure, and then I'll post my toes. But I can't post them until I get one, because then if I post them as they are now, nobody else is going to subscribe because they look freaking terrible.
Okay.
Wow. No, you will not see loogies on my OnlyFans, people.
That was disgusting. That was the worst thing I've ever seen.
I'm gonna send this to everyone in my phone's Rolodex because all y'all have to be accosted with this video like I was. Ooh.
That's how I felt. Like, what did you make me watch that one time? You was like, oh no, I think you. Well, oh, it was B Simone, my boy. I'm looking for a boyfriend.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly,
you were like,
that's fair. This feels like payback. That shit was awful.
Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible. Oh. It was. I abhorred.
It was abhorrent.
Okay. Woo.
Oh my God. Now I'm gonna have extra pimples from this stress. Thanks a freaking lot. Gross.
Okay, we should do mental health check.
Yeah, we certainly should because I need one now.
Okay. Do you have a Black on Black support?
Oh yes, I have quite a few actually.
Oh, okay. I only have one. I don't know how you want to do it.
Okay, you say your one, and then I'll just talk for the next 27 minutes.
Okay, sounds good. Shout out to Chadwick Boseman for his Operation 42, which is going to donate $4.2 million in $4.2 million to purchase PPE, which stands for personal protective equipment, and they're donating it to hospitals that are servicing African American communities specifically, which I think is very, very dope. Before I say that's all I have for Black on Black support, I would just like to say for all you hoes that was in his comments talk about this nigga took a Wakanda fucking diet pill or some shit.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Listen, y'all might not have been able to hear me exhale, but just know that I just exhaled.
She exhaled, people.
Y'all have got to stop being so motherfucking rude under people's motherfucking comments. I feel like Samuel Jackson. I'm sick of these motherfucking comments under this motherfucking post. Like, I'm just so, like, why? Like, okay, let's say he actually is sick. Do you really want to be the person that if you were to hear, you know, God forbid, I'm not wishing this on him, but like say he passes away because he was sick. Do you really want to be the person that has to look back on the shit that you've said and done and be like, damn, I commented, did he take a Wakanda diet pill under his post and all along he was sick? Now, mind you, people are saying that maybe it's for a role, which, you know, that's the first thing I thought when I saw it. Like, I literally didn't even pay any attention because I was like, oh, it's probably for a role, because I've seen Christian Bale get really, really sickly thin for roles and stuff and then get really, really, really overweight to play another role. Which shout out to actors who do that shit, because I be thinking about the wear and tear on your body. Like, that shit cannot be healthy in the long run. Like, I feel like when you 60, you're gonna be sad that you did that shit in your 40s.
Right, metabolism all
anyways,
fucked up.
Right, so shout out to all the actors that are that committed to the roles they play. 50 Cent has done it before, so I didn't pay it no attention, but I pray that he's not sick, and I pray he is healthy. But if he is, like, the last thing I want to be doing, whether he is or he isn't, the last thing I would do is comment under something under there that was negative about his weight loss. If anything, I might go, hey, are you okay? But I wouldn't even do that, because it's not my business. Like, if something is going on, he deserves a right to his privacy. If he didn't post a video saying, hey, y'all, I'm announcing that I have something going on, I just need to mind my business. So to all the people that was under his comments saying all kind of horrible things to this man that might actually be sick, y'all need to have a reality check and mind your business.
I think that people, they just want something to say. You don't really give a fuck if he's sick. You don't care about him. What are you going to do? Send him a basket of goodies if he is sick? No, of course not. Not even if you had access, because you don't care. Like, right. Anyway, that's not what this part of the podcast is about. Anyway, but that's good.
I had to talk about it though, because I was annoyed.
Yeah.
But yes, back to, like you said, back to the subject matter. At the end of the day, we are shouting out Chadwick Boseman, aka T'Challa, aka James Brown, aka Thurgood Marshall, aka all the other black.
He will have a role. Okay. And
aka all the important black roles.
Like, the male Angela Bassett when it comes to getting these roles.
Indeed. So aka all of the important black roles that have come out since like 2012. Shout out to him for being conscious and understanding that the coronavirus is, of course, affecting all kinds of communities, but it is especially affecting African-American communities. I read in a textbook for a criminal justice class back at ECU that when the recession hit, like the curves of like people getting back on their feet, like not only do we get hit harder in general, so the curve dips lower for African Americans than it would like a white person, but it takes us longer to get back on our feet. So applying that to these facilities that are servicing African American communities, if this New York hospital in this white area is getting hit hard, we can only imagine what's happening in this black area where we're hearing that African Americans are more likely to die from the coronavirus because of pre-existing conditions and whatnot. So shout out to Chadwick Boseman for, in general, taking his time and effort to make a donation, but also especially because he's donating to African American communities, African American hospitals that it really, really needed. So shout out to Chadwick Boseman.
Amen. Shout out to Chadwick from South Carolina. Yee. So back on the list this week is Mr. Tyler Perry for paying for the grocery bills at 73 different locations of Kroger grocery stores, and I think some were not Kroger stores, but grocery stores nonetheless. So a lot of stores are opening up senior shopper hours, which is usually between like 6 and 8 in the morning, when old people wake up or whatever. But that's when they can go shopping and not have to worry about so many people at the store. It's supposed to be just for them. So 73 locations. We don't know what the total bill was, because when Mr. Perry did this, he wanted to remain anonymous. Of course, the store managers would not let him be great. But anyways, it was 44 locations in Atlanta and 29 in New Orleans, where he's from, that he paid all their tabs, and then was just like handed a letter at the end that basically said, if you can, pay it forward for someone else, be blessed, whatever. So that was really dope. Shout out to Tyler Perry, who's basically just like, there's a lot of people who are suffering. This is a very hard time for a lot of people, and I just wanted to do my part. If I'm blessed, I want to be a blessing. And there's a lot of people who are underprivileged, and we have to try our best to meet their needs. So shout out to Tyler Perry for that. Then I would like to take some time to shout out Master P, who does, I think, like for me, a lot of things in his community, and for the black community in general. And I don't think he gets enough credit for it. Like, people don't ever talk about him. Not that that's why you should do things, but I just don't think that people really celebrate people who do amazing things in their communities until they die, i.e. Nipsey Hussle. But anyway, Master P is providing cleaning services to seniors. So if they're over the age of 60 in his community of New Orleans, he is paying the cleaning fee. So he owns a cleaning business called Master Clean Life. And so if all you have to do is sign up and present your ID, and when they come to clean your house, they'll do it for free, and they'll also gift you some bottles of hand sanitizer.
That's dope.
Yeah, so his quote was, "My thing is, a lot of people forget about the elderly, and a lot of the elderly is the ones that are hit hardest. We're losing a lot of the elderly in the community, and my thing is making sure we go out and we help them get groceries, and we make sure we make monetary donations to them. We just care about the people in the community, and we don't want to lose no more lives. We're trying to do everything we can." So he also has a service. The rapper's foundation is called Team Hope NOLA, which purchases and delivers groceries to the elderly. So they're trying to take the burden of even having to buy them. Like there's a lot of services that'll do like, oh, you could pay us, we'll go get your groceries for him and drop for you and drop them off. But he's also picking up the tab on the cost of those things. So, you know, by his own pocket, by his foundation, by donations, they're just trying to help as many people as they can, specifically the elderly who, you know, they can't, a lot of them, you know, have weakened immune systems. They can't go to the grocery stores and subject themselves to getting sick. We also know that a lot of hospitals will not even give you an opportunity to survive coronavirus if you're over the age of 60, because they want to save all the resources for younger people who have a higher chance of survival. So shout out to Master P.
Absolutely. He's probably saving somebody's granddaddy, somebody's grandma, you know what I'm saying? That's important to care about someone other than just people in your immediate family. So shout out to him. That's very, very dope. I did see that he was cleaning houses for the elderly, but I didn't know about the other parts that you were talking about, like the picking up groceries and that kind of thing. That's super dope. Super dope.
And then one more celebrity, and then I'm going to move on to, you know, people we know. Miss Taraji P. Henson is launching free virtual therapy sessions for Black people who have been affected by the coronavirus pandemic and are unable to afford mental health services. So basically, through her Boris Lawrence Henson Foundation, which is her nonprofit, she's helping to raise money to basically pay for people's counseling, whether it's the coronavirus, you know, has you locked inside, whether you're feeling very depressed or anxious or, you know, suicidal, etc. She's raising the funds to where basically people don't have to pay for those things. So there's already access. I think it launched, I want to say April 16th, but I could be wrong. So that you could go ahead and log on and find a provider. So it's basically Black professionals helping Black people who are also struggling. And she says that in our community, we're expected to suppress ourselves and not talk about our feelings and hide the way we feel and hide the way we think and pretend to be strong. And she says that we shouldn't have to suffer in silence. So there will be licensed, culturally competent clinicians there to offer their services. And she has a setup to where if you want to donate to help cover the cost of somebody's services, you text no stigma to 707070 to donate whatever you have, $1, $5, $10, whatever you have and whatever you can, which is really dope that she's using her platform in that way, because she's not just donating toilet paper, which is dope as well, but thinking about the mental aspect of everything. Like, we could probably survive it might be nasty, but we could survive a long time without toilet paper. Not everybody's going to survive without their mental health intact. As you can see, a man can go to Walmart with a mental episode and be shot and killed. So if we can get help and when we can get, and that's the thing. This is why it's important. It's not just, oh, you shot somebody and he had a mental issue. It's the fact that this is not a joke. Like, we're really told not to have mental illnesses, and then when we do have something that is out of our control, you want to shoot and kill us. And so shout out to somebody like Taraji, who's going to open up a platform and give us a place where we can have the counseling that we need if we need it. So we don't have to go to Walmart when we're having an episode of bipolar or schizophrenia and be shot and killed. So shout out to Miss Taraji for even thinking of that.
Yeah. Taraji's dope. That mental health is a big part of her platform. Mm-hmm. I listened to an interview of her recently on Yes Girl, and she was talking about mental health. I think she was talking about it for high schoolers and like children at the time. Mm-hmm. But I can't remember her exact story and what her exact relation is to it. But I'm pretty sure I've seen articles or a cover that she did for a magazine where she was talking about her battle with depression. So I think that's her story. I don't know a lot of the details of it because I didn't pick up that magazine. But I'm a big fan of Taraji. That's why I spend 9 hours of my day watching Empire to support her.
Yeah.
So that she can do these things. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Queen Taraji for doing that. That's a blessing.
And shout out to the Black women in that photo that was snatching me bald that included Taraji.
Yeah, it did have the goats on there, that's for sure.
I wanted to make a video. That's why I didn't even post it in my story. I was like, no, this deserves a video reaction because Jesus Christ.
Shout out to the Queen Taraji. Shout out to Tyler Perry. Shout out to Master P. I also wanted to give 2 quick shout outs. One goes to Crystal, my friend Crystal, who has a YouTube channel with her boyfriend. So it's a celebration of Black love, Black community, and just sharing their experience vlogging of traveling, of eating, of what they're cooking for each other now that they're on quarantine and lockdown. It's super cute, super sweet way to just celebrate Black love in a time where we're always being told how we need to be more like a Kardashian or eat watermelon and fried chicken. Shout out to Black people who love Black people and celebrate each other. So her YouTube is called 2 Becoming 1. That's the number 2 becoming number 1. So that's cute as fuck. Shout out to Crystal for that. And I also wanted to give a quick birthday shout out. I don't remember if we shouted out Bree for her birthday in March. So I wanted to say happy belated birthday, Bree. We love you and we thank you for your support.
Yes.
And
Yes,
also to
ma'am.
Miss Melanie, who had a birthday
Yes.
like 2 days ago, I believe, the 19th. So shout out to Melanie. Happy birthday, queen. Thank y'all both very much for loving us, for supporting us. Y'all always give us feedback. Y'all always are rating and sharing. Y'all always post whenever you're listening to our podcast. We appreciate y'all. And so now it's just time to celebrate y'all. So I'm just going to give y'all an air cheers from the living room. A toast for
Absolutely.
your birthday. Happy birthday, queen. Sorry that the corona is trying to
can't-
cancel everybody's birthday. Happy birthday.
I can't find his YouTube channel. 2 Becoming 1. Is it like becoming with a G? I'm trying to. Oh, I found it. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, it's becoming spelled like becoming.
Oh, this looks bomb. I'm excited. I'm gonna watch this while I eat.
Isn't it cute? Come on, Black love.
It is. It's so dope. I'm excited.
Y'all always got couple goals, and even though I don't believe in couple goals, I do believe in celebrating people who love each other and treat each other with love and respect. So just shout out to those beautiful people. And that's it for my Black on Black support with my Black ass. What about you, Sid?
Oh no, I only had Chadwick. But shout out to all the Black people being Black.
For us, by us.
Shout out
indeed.
to all. Shout out to all the niggers making bad decisions out there.
I'm about to make me a song. It's about to be the summer jam in this bitch.
Can't wait.
Anyway.
It's like,
Let's move on. So real quick, I want to talk about book of the month. I'm not going to elaborate. I'm just going to say that the last book that I'm reading for this month is White Rage. It is called The Truth of Our
Girl, I do not have this.
What?
I'm
A
sorry.
book of the month?
I don't. No, I don't have access. You must got HBO. Like y'all must have an add-on or something because it's telling me I can watch it with HBO.
I'm mad. I'm trying to educate the people about what book I'm reading, and you over here talking about Insecure again.
Girl, no, this is serious.
Okay, I got you. I'm gonna figure
We
it out,
can't
and I
move
got you.
on
'Cause-
with the show.
No, I
until
got you. I got you. I
find
got you.
this.
Don't I always got you? See, you my son. You know I got you.
Oh wait, I think I found episode 2. It's a review. Damn it! I hate when y'all do that shit.
Anime, get back to the podcast, please, sir.
Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. Okay, sir.
Anyway,
kidding.
book of the
Continue.
month.
I'm
So I
sorry.
read 3 books.
I'ma cut all this out.
Because I'm just
Probably
a
not.
badass. Do I look like an egg? This is not a flattering angle.
What is going on in this podcast?
We're recording this podcast on FaceTime is ghetto. Anyways. So the book I'm reading is called White Rage by Carol Anderson. It is the unspoken truth of our racial divide. Basically, to give you a quick summary, is the book is talking about why there is a racial divide and what the system is, because a lot of people, it even says in the book, basically like they kind of got to clone themselves and give themselves this kind of disguise that says, if I'm not wearing a KKK hood, you can't call me racist. But then it talks about the system and why our system is racist when it comes to pay gaps and job disparities and the education system, and the fact that it's taken like 40 years for Brown versus education to even be put in effect in a lot of states. I think Mississippi was the very last state to even like seriously like desegregate their schools, like that was recently, like the last couple years. So basically it's just a really good book with a lot of information. It's like statistical, so it's like it's a kind of a dense read, but it's very good and it's so necessary. So if you can pick that up, pick it up. White Rage by Carol Anderson. It's very good. Yes, people are going to look at you crazy whenever you post it on your Instagram or whenever you're reading it out in public, but it don't matter. Bitch, you're trying to educate yourself. You're trying to have some backing behind what you know and what you experience. You want to be able to kind of articulate it on a more grand scale. So yeah, that's the book I'm finishing up this month. And that's it for me.
Oh, that's dope. I didn't know we were doing book of the month regularly now. I feel like a basic bitch with no hair, no edges.
Gosh, Sydney, why don't you read something? Dang.
Fucking read a book.
Oh, I saw that you had
Man,
just finished, what was it, 64 books? Is that right?
Yep.
Oh, congrats, queen.
Yep. I have not read in like 3 days. It feels so
What
weird.
a dumbass. Y'all pray for my friend Sydney. She ain't read in a couple of days.
Yeah, I know. Who am I? I just be waking up. Man, today I spent like I don't know, 4 hours doing karaoke.
What the fuck? Who was you doing karaoke with? Yourself?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I don't think people understand the extent when I say that I am thoroughly entertained by
Do you
myself.
have bingo night with yourself as well, or?
Honestly, I probably could have fun playing bingo by myself because I never fucking win bingo. So
Yeah, well, there's a surefire way.
Mad. I'd be mad at myself for like not rolling the right numbers and shit. But yeah, no, it was kind of like dance karaoke because basically I messed my shoulder up trying to do them damn B people moves.
Y'all see her break dancing on the Instagram.
So I was like, well, I guess I'm just going to dumb dance today, which is just when you dance like a silly person. That's my favorite style of dancing. It's just doing stupid shit.
Oh, that's how I dance.
So I basically had a microphone and I was just dancing. I went and found my microphone for my Guitar Hero set.
This is getting better and better.
I was living my best life. I was living my best life. I'm going to probably put up a video on Instagram at some point.
That sounds amazing.
Yes. I mean, why not? Hell, we're all stuck in the house. I'm trying to provide you people with grade A entertainment.
Amen. All right. So mental health.
All right.
What is your advice this week, Sid?
So I saw a meme. My mental health check-in and my affirmation are basically the same thing. And I said it actually, I think last week, but I just need to reiterate. I saw a meme circulating that was like, if you don't come out of quarantine with a new skill, a LLC, then you wasted your time, and you know, time wasn't the problem. You had no discipline. This girl literally said, y'all, my 2-year-old baby came into my room and said, Ma, why are people not getting their LLCs during quarantine?
That's what your 2-year-old baby said.
I said, your 2-year-old baby said LLC?
Right.
And knew what it was? Bitch, I just found out what LLC was like last
Your baby
year.
can spell LLC?
2-year-old baby. Right. But, okay, fine. Let's say that it's true. Your 2-year-old came into the room and said, Mom, why people not getting their LLC? Why they wasting their time?
She got a super smart baby. Goddamn.
Right. Life, people, is about balance, okay? So whether you see this as a time, whether you work hard all the time and now your mood is, I'm not going to do shit during this quarantine/isolation, that would also be balance. If you do not come out of quarantine with the LLC, or you do not come out of quarantine with a new skill or having read a new book, it's okay. Balance. Some of us spend all day, all night, all week, all month running around doing schoolwork, doing work, like being at work, getting ready to go to work, getting ready to go to school, constantly thinking about what's coming next, that we don't get to be present very often. So I don't think people are bored. I think they're just not used to being present. Right. Like, I ain't got shit to do. I don't know what I'm finna do because I ain't got to do nothing. Like, this is the first time since we were 4 years old that we don't have nothing to do. Like, ever since we were 5, we've at least had to go to school. Play dates, recitals, rehearsals, whatever it is, all the things that we've committed ourselves to for the different skills and things and talents that we all have, and going to school and going to work. We've always had stuff to do. So like, like I'm gonna tell you about my personal experience with quarantine. There have been days when I have read 5 different books, not completed them, but like just read 5 different books. There have been days where I have watched multiple tutorials about filmmaking on Instagram or like LinkedIn Learning, exercised. There have been days where I have like did dance practice for 2 hours. And then there have been days where I have watched Empire for 9 hours straight. And then went to bed. That is called balance, okay? There are days where I don't do shit. Today, I woke up, ate breakfast, did karaoke, talked on FaceTime with Kalia, and now I'm doing this podcast. Which the podcast is something, but like that just goes to show you like that for the most part, there'll just be days when I don't do nothing. I stared at the ceiling for a little while when I first woke up. And then I went back to sleep. So yeah, we can't travel, and it has its restrictions, but you can lay around all day if you want to, or you can talk on the phone all day, or if you're like me, you can ignore your phone all day.
Sydney will do that.
I literally will ignore my phone for 2 days.
Y'all, I have to FaceTime Sydney to get on this podcast, right? Because, headphones, speaker, microphone. And I always have to call her 3 times.
Yeah, pretty much.
That girl will ignore her phone.
No, I will. But that's a part of my quarantine. Like, I took quarantine very seriously. Like, isolation? Oh, I can't wait.
Mama, don't come in here.
Right. My phone will be in a whole nother side of the house. I have literally had moments when I'd be like, damn, where my phone at? And I'd be like, oh, it's in the front of the house. And I'm away in the back of the house. And I have been in here watching a movie for like 2 hours. Right. So, just for basically what I want to leave with this, leave this podcast, what I want you to leave this podcast with is that if I can give you any advice, I think the best thing that you can do is soothe your soul, and soothe your soul by doing what you feel when you feel it. Like, no other time are you probably going to be able to do that. Like, sometimes you can't be at work and do yoga because you just need some peace in that moment. You can't be at work and be like, oh, I feel like reading right now, I'm about to go read. Like, nah, you gotta be at work. So, like, just do what you feel when you feel it. If I feel like reading, I'm gonna read. If I feel like laying around and staring at the ceiling, I'm gonna stare at the ceiling. If I feel like calling people back, I'm gonna call them back. So don't take that to the people out there who have been trying to reach me. Do not take that personally. I'm just very, very, very introverted and clearly very entertained with myself as I was doing karaoke for like 3 hours straight by myself.
Also, if she's not gonna answer my calls, why the hell would she answer yours?
Basically, if Aisha has to call me 3 times, like, seriously, know that you're probably not gonna hear from me until quarantine is over. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, love y'all. Yeah, just don't beat yourself up. I don't think there's anything wrong with working hard right now. If you like say, oh, I work all the time, so now I can finally work on the things I want to be good at or learn a new skill, that's great. But if you just have a day where you don't feel like doing anything, then just don't do nothing. Like, we're not coming out of quarantine for at least 9 more days. Well, y'all not coming out of quarantine for at least 9 more days.
Yeah, y'all not.
Because since that's also not my president, it's also not him going to tell me. He's not also going to tell me when quarantine is over. So, yeah, y'all be great out here. Have some balance. That's the best thing you can, I think, achieve in life is just having balance. So, yeah, take it easy, people. Take it easy on yourselves.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what I had.
My mental health check-in is to unfollow every single person and page that makes you feel like you need to be somebody else or makes you forget to have gratitude or, and this is a big one, is not inspiring you.
I know that's your thing.
Yeah. And people take it personally because, oh my God, you unfollow me, but I follow you. I'm not gonna like your shit anymore. Who gives a fuck? Like, it ultimately don't give a fuck, especially if you're not making dollars off them followers, okay? So, just if you see somebody's page, and it's not even like, oh, I'm going to unfollow everybody whose opinion I disagree with. It's just honestly, truly, like, why are we following people that do not inspire us, that don't make us want to be better, or that make us feel like, oh man, my life sucks because I don't have the latest pair of shoes or the newest car or whatever. Like, people are really on Instagram, like, flexing in outfits, right? And the newer Jordans or what have you. Like, people is really flexing. It's like, sis, you only going to the living room. Like, it won't that serious.
Right.
So I just encourage people, honestly, truly, unfollow people who don't inspire you. Unfollow people who make you feel negative. Unfollow people who make you forget to be grateful for the roof over your head, for the shoes on your feet, even if they are 2-3 years old. Like, just gratitude, man. Like, if they don't make you feel better about yourself or inspire you in some way to be a better business person, to be a better dancer, to be a better athlete, to be a better, I don't know, lawyer, realtor, what have you. If they don't inspire you, follow their ass. Shit, it's plenty of negativity when you just open your eyes and walk out your front door that you don't need it on your social media, your Instagram, what have you. And you don't need friends like Cindy sending you nasty ass videos from Twitter either. So go ahead and block her. And that's it.
You know what I always thought was very interesting, like people being offended by people not following them. Like, I literally used to tell people when I got to a point where I used to tell people, not in the beginning of social media, I was very much about them likes, about the juice hour, about being a boss ass bitch out here on Instagram. But then eventually I was like, why do I care so much? Like, it's just actually exhausting in a way. It's just too much. And so I remember I got to a point where I literally would tell people, like, you don't have to follow me back. Like, I literally would, like, get ready to be like, oh, what's your IG? I'm going to follow you. Da, da, da. And I would be like, you don't have to follow back. Don't feel pressure. I'm following you because I want to see you. It has nothing to do with you wanting to see me. You literally might not want to see my shit. You really might be sitting there like, bruh, I don't like Sydney face. Shit is ugly. Okay, cool. Do not follow me. That's fine. I don't want to see that Black History bullshit. Like, I get it.
Do not bleach in living room bullshit.
Right. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Or even as my page continues to become this or that, depending on what brand I'm promoting at that time, whether it be, oh, I'm a filmmaker, I'm a podcaster, I'm a blogger, I'm a whatever it might be. Like, you really might just be like, I didn't sign up for this shit. That's cool. Like, I'm following you because I want to see you in your life or whatever it is you're doing. So I personally don't get why people get offended by that. Social media, you know what's like, sometimes when I think about it, like, social media didn't even used to exist. Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, before freshman year of college, I didn't even know what Instagram was. Right. And now, like, first of all, it's so predictable. It's gonna be everybody's best selfie, everybody's newest outfit. You can't wear the outfit more than once. It's actually kind of is refreshing to just see like regular life sometimes on Instagram. But it is what it is. And again, whether you are somebody that posts your favorite fit or whatever, that's cool. Do you? But it's just, I personally just like, I would take some time to reflect on like the fact that Instagram is something that's relatively new. And it doesn't have to be end all be all like it is. Like, just follow people because you want to follow them. Like, I wouldn't even worry about who's not following me back.
Yeah. So the word of the day is
I remember
that. Okay.
Right. I remember that hit me because there was somebody I followed at ECU, and I was like, I don't think she ever followed me back. And I was like, well, why do I care? I followed her because I wanted to see her. So it doesn't really matter. So yeah, sometimes you just gotta think about stuff sometimes, and then you realize how insignificant it all really is. In the grand scheme of things, people are dying from the coronavirus. Does it really matter that this person doesn't follow you
That's
back?
Right.
Like, it's okay.
Mental health, protect yourself. So lastly,
absolutely, yes, ma'am.
my affirmation, getting back to some OG things. To call somebody you love, call them today. Honestly, don't even worry about what time it is. If you listen to this at 3 a.m., call them. Shit. I mean, they probably not going to answer. They're just probably like on silent. My phone is always on silent.
Is it?
But seriously, like, call somebody that you love, because when you think about it, it's just like people die every day, and you don't get to say your goodbyes, man. And it's just like, if you love the shit out your grandma, call your grandma, man. Call your auntie, call your cousin, call your favorite cousin, call your favorite niece, nephew, what have you. Call somebody that you love, because you never know when it's going to be your last time. I think about things that I wish I would have done with certain people, and I'd be like, dang, I literally said I want to do X, Y, and Z with you, or I want to talk about whatever with so-and-so, and never got around to it, and never will have the opportunity to do it again. So I just want to say, take your opportunity as it is, and right now and today, if you listen to this podcast, that means that you are being blessed with, God willing, the next couple minutes, so that you can call somebody that you love, and you just want to send them some love today. Like, hey, I'm just thinking about you. I do that all the time. I'll just text somebody and be like, hey, you just were on my mind. The end. Like, you don't even got to respond, but right. I want you to know that how I feel about you, or that I love you, or that I'm thinking about you. Because 9 times out of 10, my friends would be like, dang, I really needed that. And I'm like, oh, shit. Well, I'm glad I listened to my heart chakra and shit. Yeah. I'm glad I hit you up. So, yeah, love on somebody. That's it. Go wash your hands. Go wash your ass. Keep your door shut. Stop having kickbacks. Be blessed. Get the fuck out the living room. Peace.
Sometimes I hate it all sometimes. Love it when you close your eyes. Wonder why I love so blind. Girl, I hate to see you lie. Girl, I like to see you try. You will never see both sides. Maybe we just need some time. Girl, don't use my line. We're gonna be alright. You won't see me tonight. You won't see me tonight. Girl, I'm gonna be alright. Girl, I'm gonna be alright. Sweaters don't treat me right. Wanna be alone sometimes. Gotta miss my hoes sometimes.